If you own rare, highly elusive, valuable coins, feel free to showcase them on our website, thecoinaz.com. For mobile users, it's much easier publishing COINaz using our COINaz app. Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about valuable and rare 1964 Jefferson nickels. Now I'm holding two circulated specimens struck in Philadelphia from COINaz collection. One was a normal strike, is worth just face value, but the other one bears a mint error dubbed as Black Beauty, or for numismatic correctness, improperly annealed coin. Wrong temperature or defective planchet during annealing cause these black surfaces. Graded and slabbed improperly annealed nickels of 1960s sell for $20 to $40 on eBay. Now back to our main subject, valuable nickels of 1964. The 1964 Jefferson nickels were common since the mint produced over a billion of them. However, quality is an issue with the date, as the most coins were struck in MS64 condition or lower. In MS65 they are scarce but still easy to locate with minimal effort. In MS66 they are scarce with probably less than 1,000 in this condition or higher. In MS67 it's really scarce with less than a handful known. This is 1964 nickel at mint stage 67 with full steps. The strike is excellent and swirling champagne and ice blue hues further heightens the appeal. For the registry set specialist, this superb gem is quite literally the ultimate 1964 Jefferson. Sold on September 4, 2014 for $14,100 at Heritage Auctions. What this one must be dream of every numismatist. Special strike 1964 nickel, so-called SMS nickel. Super rare at SP 68 grade with full steps. A lovely example of the elusive 1964 special mint set COİN that was apparently produced to test the finishes of 1965-1967 SMS sets. The estimate of sets produced ranged from 20 to 50, although some of them may have been lost to attrition. But other sets may still be out there, sold on January 7, 2016 for $32,900 at Heritage Auctions. Here is another super valuable example at mint stage 67 full steps, a challenging issue to locate with full steps definition. This outstanding superb gem also offers exceptionally well preserved, virtually pristine surfaces, beautifully toned in powder blue and golden iridescence. Sold in 2021 for $1,540 at Stax Powers. Welcome back to COINaz, dear friends. Now I'm holding 1966 Australian 5 cents featuring young Queen Elizabeth II on obverse and Echidna, also known as a spiny anteater, on reverse. Circulated and most likely cleaned coin at very fine condition. In 1966, Australian Mint produced more than 75 million examples of this copper nickel 5 cents, which is why it's very common at circulated grades. Diameter is 19.5 mm, weight is 2.8 grams. As you can see, coin has a little bit muted reflectivity. These vertical hairlines are most likely the trace of cleaning. Therefore, central parts are brighter as compared to areas near the rims and the edge of the letterings. As you can see, some of them are covered with thin layers of tarnish. On the head of the young queen we see slight to medium wear, most vividly seen on the diadem. Most noteworthy contact mark is this very deep gouge under the ear. And here we also have one seen curvy abrasion which becomes visible from the angle. Reverse side displays sharp strike. Main distraction is this abrasion on the left half of a coin. Here we also see small tarnish smatters scattered around the fields, and strong concentration at the edge of face value. According to NGC price guide at mint stage 63, these 5 cents are worth over $7, while at mint stage 65, $9. But proof variants are relatively valuable today. For instance, this PR68 deep cameo graded specimen inside PCGS slab was sold for nearly $55 on August 12, 2022. Welcome back to COINaz. Today we will talk about rare and valuable US quarter dollars struck in 1967. Hit subscribe button below this video if you are first time on our channel. According to PCGS, the US Mint struck over 1.5 billion 1967 Washington quarters for circulation, making them very common in most grades. Examples up to MS66 are very easy to find, and examples in MS67 are much scarcer. MS68 is almost unheard of, with a total of 3 examples reported by PCGS and NGC combined so far. One of them is his finest specimen with 30th anniversary green label holder. Obviously this piece is nearly half of a grade, point finers and examples in the current highest rated register set. Strike is bold despite die wear that produce a metal flow lines in the fields and on areas of a bird's portrait. Both sides display champagne interiors, surrounded by lovely lavender and ice blue border toning. No major abrasions are observed. As 1967 quarter is super rare at this grade, same coin was sold at 3 different times for different amounts at heritage auctions. The highest amount recorded was during the first sale, $8,813 in 2017, then $5,140 in 2019, and lastly $4,800 in 2020. Moving on to the 1967 Special Strike 25 cent, so-called SMS quarter, tied with one other as the finest cameo at PCGS. This virtually flawless, special mint set 1967 quarter displays spectacular preservation, mirroring, and contrast. A faint blush of light golden toning appears over each side. Eye appeal is remarkable. No deep cameos are finer than PR68 at this grading service. Sold on August 10, 2016 for $4,700 at heritage auctions. Here is another SMS, but this one with deep cameo designation, with super contrast between the fields and device elements. This outstanding superb gem is fully brilliant and completely brought up with smooth unmarked fields. The devices are lightly frosted, adding to the peeling. Sold on January 5, 2017 for $4,465 at heritage auctions. This 1967 Washington quarter struck on a Lincoln cent planchet, grade at Mint 66 red-brown. As you can see, upper lettering of Liberty is completely off. A lower part of numeral 7 of the date disappears into void. Sold on August 16, 2015 for $1,116.25 at heritage auctions. And for the last set of 2 1967 quarters struck on a dime planchets. First one grade at Mint 65, second coin also at Mint 65, but it also comes with brokerage error, as you can see. So this lot of 2 error quarters ended up selling for $990 in 2020 at heritage auctions. Welcome back to COİN. Today I'm going to show you this circulated 1974 1 new penny from United Kingdom. Penny is currently the lowest circulating unit of British pound sterling. First introduced in 1971, it was struck on a bronze planchet. Coins issued in 1974 have now been circulating for 48 years and yet is legal tender. Total mintage is over 330 million, not that large quantity for small denomination coin. Returning back to this particular coin, as you see it's at very fine condition if we measure it by Sheldon scale. It demonstrates pale brown surfaces with medium softness on high points of device elements. Main cones are flame flows and tarnish stocks at the edges of letterings and on selected areas of device elements. Surfaces display minimum abrasions. It has few contact marks on focal areas of the bust and one gouge on the lower part. Reverse side displays less wear as compared to obverse, but tarnish stocks are bolder that badly impact the eye appeal. By the letter E of face value, small coconut brown patina shows up as well. Strike of backside of a coin is sharp though. According to NGC price guide, even at brilliant gem condition like MS65, these coins are worth just $2.50. But on eBay pricing range from $1 to $3, mostly for ungraded circulated pennies. For instance, this circulated example most likely at very fine condition, but 1 or 2 grades higher than ours ended up selling for $1.20, plus shipping fee on July 27, 2022 on eBay. For mobile users it's much easier publishing coins using our COİN app. The 1978 Washington quarter is very easy to obtain in just about any condition. According to PCGS, uncirculated examples can still be found in circulation. Only in MS67 condition and higher does it become scarce. Anything grading higher than MS68 is a rarity for the issue, and definitely an example worth keeping. When it comes to Philadelphia struck quarters, in uncirculated grades it might be a little more challenging, but some may still be found with a lot of searching and rolls. In MS65-66 condition, it's probably best to find examples already graded as they can be purchased for small premium. In MS67 condition, they are scarce with less than 100 examples graded by PCGS, with none being finer in higher condition. At Mainstay 67 Plus, they are valued at $2,500 today. So you guessed it right, today's episode features valuable and rare 1978 Washington quarters. Hit subscribe and bell buttons below this video, and let's get started. Starting with this beautifully toned 1978 D quarter, graded at Mainstay 67 Plus by PCGS, these 25 cents with immaculate fields and sharply detailed device elements. Displays rainbow iridescence around the collar. On the reverse side, we witness enhanced motifs on the chest of the eagle and one small coconut brown patina on the left wing. Sold on August 14, 2016 for $1,527.50. Moving on to this highly elusive 1978 P quarter, graded at Mainstay 67 Plus by PCGS. This is the single finest graded 1978 quarter at this grade. Lustrous and well-struck super gem is exceptional with lovely iridescent toning and exceptionally clean surfaces. The eye appeal is amazing for a clad Washington quarter. Sold in 2019 for $2,232.50 at Legend Rare Coin Auctions. Here is another 1978P at the same grade. This beauty, so outstanding preservation, needle-sharp details and satiny lustrous surfaces are devoid of any distractions and offer gorgeous eye appeal. Sold in May 2021 for $2,050 in David Lawrence Rare and Certified Coins auction. And this is very rare error quarter from that year, 1978P Washington quarter struck on a Lincoln cent planchet. Graded at Mainstay 64 red by NGC, it weighs 3.08 grams. Sold on January 8, 2018 for $630 at Heritage Auctions. How is it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you Proof 1984S Washington quarter I have recently purchased from local coin shop in Baku. Relatively lower grade proof coin with deep cameo feature. Weight is 5.67 grams, diameter 24.30 millimeters. It's not silver, metal composition is 75% copper, 25% nickel, therefore very affordable to buy at lower PR grades like this one. This splendid quarter displays deeply reflective mirror-like fields. We witness bold contrast between the frosted device elements and the fields. Close inspection reveals some distraction on this proof coin, but I'm not 100% sure whether these blemishes are on the plastic window of the holder from inside, or just stains on Washington bust. I don't want to further damage this coin by removing it from holder. Another noteworthy distraction is this long vertical abrasion starting from the throat and extending till the lower rims, passing between numerals 1 and 9. But strike is razor sharp on both sides. While tilting the coin, we reveal some warm golden champagne toning, gracing the mirror-like fields. We're seeing the difference in terms of eye appeal between regular strike and circulated quarter and proof quarter from 1980s. I want to show it together with 1981P quarter. Even though mintage of San Francisco struck proof quarters are little more than 4 million examples, they are pretty easy to obtain even at highest grades for less than $50. At perfect conditions, that's PR70, they are worth $46 as for PCGS price guide. Sales record for this proof issue was set in 2018 on eBay. This attractively toned PR67 deep cameo specimen was sold for $507.67 in an online auction. Welcome to another episode on beautiful UK coins. Today I'm going to show you 1985 2 pence featuring Queen Elizabeth II on obverse and badge of Prince of Wales on reverse. After closely inspecting this coin, we will find out for what amount these coins sell online. The 2 pence coin is currently the second lowest circulating denomination of British pound sterling, after the halfpenny was demonetized in 1984. Coins issued in 1985 have now been circulating for 37 years. As you can see, coin is at very fine condition, showing some bits of mint luster on selected areas of the bust. Copper significantly turned dark, but yet fields display glossy caramel brown surfaces. Overside is free from tarnish and spotting. Prime distraction is this deep gouge under the earring on the throat. Color exhibits abraded surfaces. On the reverse again we see glossiness on the fields, strike is sharp and wear is limited to minimum. All the letterings including incused letterings, ichtien, are readable. A round beaded circle, small amount of tarnish stocks, show up mainly at 10 o'clock. Overall coin has a pretty nice eye appeal. According to NGC price guide, even at midday 65 these coins are worth just $1. But on-demand prices on eBay can be tricky. For instance, in July, circulated 1985 2p was sold for less than $6 in an online auction. Good day dear subscribers and viewers. Today I'm going to show you brown 1988 Lincoln cent from our rich penny collection. Although the copper totally turned brown, this coin is in extremely fine condition. I slightly damaged the rim while cutting the holder with scissors. A very grave mistake, I confess. Here, this little scratch on the rim. Therefore don't hurry when working with scissors near the coins. But this cent is worth just a penny, so it's not a big loss. Returning to inspection of our coin. Device elements are sharply detailed. Surfaces are void of abrasions. But under close inspection we see those horizontal lines, which could be traced of cleaning. It's very possible, as on the selected areas of avers and mainly reverse we witness some unpleasant tarnish and verdigris. While flipping the coin over, the first thing catching the eye is this pretty large whitish dark lake green verdigris stock between C and E of face value. Another distraction is this deep, broad gouge on the fifth column of memorial from the left filled in with whitish stain. While zooming in, I reveal this unidentified object displaying round shape and small hole in the center. I tend to name it as a die chip cause there are several tiny chips that broke off the reverse die. Over 6 billion 1988p Lincoln cents were struck for circulation, making this coin very common in most grades. According to PCGS, in MS67 it begins to be scarce, in MS68 or higher it's much harder to find. PCGS has certified 2 examples at Mainstay 69 red, and one of them was sold for $7,040 in 2021 in an eBay auction. One grade lower, that's at Mainstay 68, price drops drastically, which is unfortunate for sellers. At MS68 they are worth over $240. Welcome back to Coin as Numismatic channel. Today I'm going to show you the circulated 1991 brown Lincoln cent from our penny collection. It's error coin with likely cleaned surfaces, displaying numerous side-by-side slanting hairlines on the verse side, clear traces of cleaning. Strike condition is average, not poor and not excellent. As you can see on the western side of a collar we have railroad rim, which is a result of color die clash. Although the coin is tarnished and little worn, it exhibits very small amount of contact marks. When we turn it over, the story gets interesting turn. Here we obviously see doubling on TED and state, except letter A on upper legend. You can think of it as a double die, but that's not a result of a die doubling. It's a strike doubling, or otherwise called mechanical doubling. Rather, this type of doubling occurs when the die strikes a planchet. If the die is not properly seated, it can move slightly or bounce during the movement of striking, creating a flat, shelf-like doubling. This effect will be different on all coins struck, so it's technically not a variety, but rather more of a striking error. Reverse side demonstrates some tiny bits of luster on selected areas. Strike is sharp, and this side of a coin is void of noteworthy contact marks, except several tiny bag marks on columns. The 1991p Lincoln cent is fairly common up to MS67 condition. Anything grading MS68 or higher is considered scarce and very valuable. For instance, this is 1991 red Lincoln cent grade at Mainstay 68 Plus by PCGS, sold on April 30th. 2017 for $1,116.25 at Heritage Auctions. Hey everyone, welcome back to COIN. Today I'm going to show you this 1994 D red-brown circulated Lincoln cent, copper-plated zinc penny struck by Denver Mint. The 1994 D Lincoln cent was struck by millions, making it very common in most grades. Only in MS68 is it scarce. In MS69 or higher, it's very difficult to find. This particular coin is about uncirculated condition, with strong trace of mint luster, bold strike, and surface is void of noteworthy contact marks. On the obverse, only this back mark is barely seen near the bust, while I tilt the coin. On the lower part of the Lincoln bust and near the rims, I detected these peculiar olive green smatters of unknown origins, with some elevations. On this side of a coin we see too many hues, to be honest. Reverse side of a coin has also lost significant amount of its mint luster. Red coppery orange lustrous surface is only concentrated on protected areas of device, the memorial, and on selected areas near the rims. On the upper legend I see slight softness on letters S and OF. As you can see, A and M almost touching, therefore this is close AM penny. At circulated grades, these pennies are worth just a penny, but at higher uncirculated grades, they can make a really good premium. For instance, at MS68 Plus grade, PCGS indicated guiding price of $400. MS69 specimens are extremely rare, with only 4 examples certified by PCGS, and assigned guiding price of $3,750. This is one of the most expensive 1994 D Lincoln cents, showcased as a lot from Connolly collection in 2010. At Heritage Auctions, this MS68 red gem ended up selling for $632.50. For the last, I would like to show you this 1994 Philadelphia struck Lincoln cent with double die reverse. Another good variety to look for. Grade at Midstay 66 red by PCGS. A lustrous pinkish red gem with none but a few extremely minor blemishes scattered about. First reported by James Mataliano. These double die reverse of the 1994 Lincoln cent exhibits pronounced doubling to the final 3 columns on the Lincoln Memorial, top of the pop for the variety. Sold for $2,875 in 2010 at Stack's Powers. What's up guys, for this episode I'm going to show you 2 1999 UK 2 pence from COIN's collection, one at red, other at brown state. The United Kingdom 2p coin was one of 3 new coins introduced into general circulation. On the 15th February 1971, when the United Kingdom adopted a new decimal currency system, coins issued in 1999 have now been circulating for 23 years. In 1999, Royal Mint issued over 353 million examples of these marvelous coins. Metal composition is copper-plated steel, weight is 7.1 grams, diameter 25.9 millimeters. Oversight highlights the Queen Elizabeth II's forced portrait, while on the reverse, within a beaded circle, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet, so-called badge of Prince of Wales. Brown specimen I'm holding lost its mint luster years ago due to poor preservation and storage, but yet we see no large contact marks or massive wear. Just very slight rub on Queen's hair part. On the reverse, same story, neatly kept device elements and no distracting abrasions at all. This red specimen is at about uncirculated condition with strong traces of copper red orange mint luster. Strike is sharp. Same goes to reverse side. It has very beautiful, appealing for 23-year-old coin. Several very thin abrasions are seen only while tilting coin under close inspection. At uncirculated superb gem grades, these coins sell for $130 to $4 on eBay. For instance, this brilliant uncirculated specimen was sold for nearly $3.50 on August 6, 2022 in a live bidding. In 2006, US Mint struck over 4 billion copper-plated zinc Lincoln cents in Philadelphia and little less than 4 billion in Denver. As they were produced in mass quantities, most collectors can easily afford examples in gem conditions. Coins grading up to MS67 are easy to obtain. Like these specimens I'm showing you, they are likely at MS64 or 65 conditions, and for them I paid less than 50 cents. Only in MS68 condition or higher, 2006 pennies start getting very scarce to rare, with guiding price of $2,250 for Philadelphia struck pennies and $525 for those struck in Denver. Welcome back to COİN. Today's subject is highly sought after, valuable and rare Lincoln cents of 2006. Starting with the 2006 D penny at superb gem MS68 red condition. A fully struck top grade example with flawless copper pink surfaces and splendid eye appeal. The 2006 D Lincoln cent is scarcely represented in this grade at PCGS, and such a coin is important for high-ranking registry set. Sold on August 10, 2016 for $1,292.50. Here is 2006 Lincoln cent struck in Philadelphia, graded as MS68 red by PCGS, a find for the Lincoln cent registry collector. This is a remarkably pristine-looking survivor of an otherwise common date modern issue. Sold on 2006 for $2,640. I found this ultimate gem by sheer accident on Stax Power's archive. 2006 Lincoln cent with satin finish at mint state 70, the Everest in numismatic grading scale. A rose-orange example that is at once technically perfect and aesthetically pleasing. For the collector of top flight, Lincoln cent from modern era, sold on 2010 for $1,725. And for the last these, one of the most expensive 2006 proof pennies, 2006 S Lincoln cent, graded as PR70 Deep Cameo by PCGS. Excellent proof coin with charming contrast between frosty device elements and mirror-like fields. Those scratches are actually on the slab, not the coin, by the way. Sold on May 31st, 2008 for $517.50 at Heritage Auctions. How is it going, guys? For this episode I'm going to display very exquisite proof Australian coin I bought last month from local coin shop in Baku. 1984 Elizabeth II $1 coin with cameo feature. Comes with package which contains a proof coin inside a plastic coin capsule and this informative label or brochure. It says first year of issue 1984. Here, as you can see, there are descriptions of obverse and reverse designs. On obverse the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, her so-called second portrait, and on the reverse design with Australian fauna theme. That's 5 kangaroos. Legal tender $1. Metal composition is aluminum bronze. Weight is 9 grams, diameter 25 millimeters. Struck by Australian Royal Mint. Now let's remove the coin from the capsule. I should definitely put on gloves, not to leave a stain or fingerprints on these brilliant mirror-like fields. Just look at this splendid coin, it's most likely at PR68 or 69 grade, as there are no distraction on either sides. Strike of device elements are needle sharp, featuring enhanced motifs on hair of the queen. Letterings are crisp as well, mirror-like fields are bursting with vibrant luster. It's almost virtually unabraded, but its best feature is the absence of carbon or toning. We witness exceptional contrast between the fields and devices. To put it simply, it has outstanding eye appeal. On eBay, these proof coins sell between $6 to $40 depending on its condition and content of packaging. For instance, on August 6, this very charming example inside original cushion box with sleeve and booklet was sold for little less than $40. This means struck about $500 million 1979 P Washington quarters, making it a very common issue. According to PCGS, it's fairly common up to MS66 condition. MS67 examples are very scarce. Anything grading higher than MS67 is considered rare. PCGS reported only a single example at mint state 68 so far, with an assigned guiding price of $6,000. Denver struck 1979 quarters are pretty affordable at up to MS66 grades. At MSTay 67 and over, it gets scarcer. At MS68 condition, they are worth $3,600. As for PCGS price guide, I welcome you all in another episode featuring valuable US coins. Today I'll show you rare and expensive 1979 Washington quarters. Before getting started, I'll highly recommend you to hit bell button below this video to get daily notifications on recently uploaded videos. Firstly, I must show you this coin. NGC has also certified one specimen at MSTay 68. This superb gem is currently showcased on Heritage Auctions website with current bid of $21 for the time of shooting. Here is 1979D Washington quarter at MSTay 67. Graded by PCGS, this splendid piece demonstrates glossy super clean fields with some champagne toning. Mint mark D is filled in during the strike. On the reverse we see razor sharp strike and contact free surfaces. Only cones are these smatters on the left leg of the eagle. So this outstanding coin was sold for $1,078 in 2014 at Great Collection Coins auctions. Moving on to the error quarter, 1979 Washington quarter struck on a nickel blank, scratched and circulated coin with extremely fine details. On the worst upper parts of the most letters of liberty are not fully struck, while on the reverse most parts of the dollar of face value flows into void. Sold on July 2022 for $750. Here's another rare error quarter, 1979 quarter triple struck, third strike 40% of center. Grade at MSTay 66 by NGC. The obverse shows a double date and portions of LIB from the strikes. The coin has a light grey gold toning. Sold in 2006 for $747.50 at Heritage Auctions. And for the last is 1979 Washington quarters struck in Denver. Graded MSTay 67 by PCGS. It comes with 30th anniversary green label on a slab. Strike preservation and eye appeal are close to perfection. Sold on January 8, 2017 for $705. In 1995, US Mint produced more than 888 million 5 cents in Denver and nearly 775 million nickels in Philadelphia. They are pretty common and easily located at grades below MS64. At MSTay 65, they are relatively scarce. Only at grades over MS66 with full bands, they become somewhat rare. At MSTay 67, PCGS has certified only 4 specimens of 1995D Jefferson nickels with guiding price of $1,300. Hey guys, good to be back with another episode featuring valuable US coins to look for. Today I'm going to talk about rare and valuable 1995 Jefferson nickels. So, as always, quick reminder, for getting daily updates on coin prices, hit subscribe and bell buttons below this video. This is 1995D nickel from Steve Strong collection. Grade at MSTay 67 with Monticello full steps by PCGS. A problem-free 5 cent with cold nickel gray surfaces and razor sharp stripe. Sold on January 10, 2016 for $1,116.25 at Heritage Auctions. Here is 1995P Jefferson nickel bearing multiple errors, broad struck, double struck and fused by overlapping strike. Grade at MSTay 63 by Pfennig. The first struck was normal, but the coin failed to fully eject. It was struck a second time wide of center toward 12 o'clock at 1:30 relative to the first strike. The second strike was a uniface obverse, since a newly fed planchet blocked the reverse die. The colored eye was also blocked. The strike fused coin number 1 and coin number 2 together. Sold on September 7th, 2018 for $1,920 at Heritage Auctions. Here's another error nickel from 1995, grade at MSTay 64 red by NGC. This coin is overstruck on a 1995 Lincoln cent by mistake, or maybe intentionally. A double denomination or so-called 6-cent coin, which was sold for $1,380 in 2022 at Heritage Auctions. Yet another 1995P nickel bearing multiple errors, a 5 cent struck on a defective cent flan, and impressed 10% of center. Grade at mean stage 65, red by NGC. A ragged and underweight sand planchet was fed into nickel press, as these orange-red examples struck 10% of center toward 8 o'clock was the result. Softly struck at centers, but mint mark is bold, as is the lower half of the date. Sold on August 13, 2010 for $891.25 at heritage auctions. If you own rare, highly elusive, valuable coins, feel free to showcase them on our website, thecoinas.com. The 1966 Washington quarter is very common, especially since over 800 million of them were struck. Examples in circulated grades can still be found in circulation. According to Jaime Hernandez from PCGS, even examples in about MS60, MS63 condition can also be found in circulation. In MS64, MS66 conditions, they are a little tougher to find, yet can be purchased inexpensively. In MS67 condition, its scars was less than 100 examples graded by PCGS. In MS67 plus condition, its extremely scars was less than a handful of examples known. MS68 specimens are super rare with only 5 examples reported by PCGS, with guiding price of $13,000. Welcome back to COINAS. In this episode I'm going to talk about super valuable and rare 1966 Washington quarters minted in Denver and Philadelphia. So if you're first time on our channel, hit subscribe button below this video and let's get started. This is deemed one of the most expensive 1966 quarters so far. Graded at mean stage 68 by PCGS, both sides have satiny brilliant sheen. The fields are frosty and gorgeously toned. Rainbow bands at the peripheries frame the icy, periwinkle teal iridescent centers. Generally well struck throughout. A very powerful loop does reveal a few tiny marks, mostly hidden by wonderful toning, and do not detract from the great eye appeal. It was sold in 2019 for $11,750 at Legend Rare Coin Auctions. Here is another MS68 specimen. This top-grade registry set rarity displays pristine satiny mint luster and warm champagne toning. Under a loop, some minor streak weakness is discernible on Washington's temple and below the eagle. Sold on September 7, 2017 for $4,440 at heritage auctions. Moving on to the special strike 1966 quarter, so-called SMS 25 cent. Special mint sets replaced proof sets from 1965 to 1967. The coins were struck once on unpolished planchet and were allowed to come into contact with other pieces. Fortunately, this amazing example lacks any signs of such contact. Each side features distinct cameo contrast and satiny luster. Sold on September 5, 2014 for $4,112.50, also at heritage auctions. Here is 1966 Washington quarter with multiple errors. Struck 10% of center on a cent planchet, plus with obverse indent. The 19 is absent on the coin while the 66 is indistinct. Struck moderately off center toward 10 o'clock and left obverse border is indented by reverse of a previously struck quarter. The peripheral legends exhibit dramatic spreading towards the rims. Sold on April 26, 2013 for $1,292.50. And for the last, I would like to show you this incredible error quarter from 1966. A quarter flipped over, double struck, both strikes off center. Grade at mean stage 63 by PCGS, it was sold for $2,760 in 2011 at heritage auctions. In 1924, Weimar Republic mint struck nearly 300 million 5 pfennigs in 6 different city mints. Largest mintage was realized by Berlin Mint, which is denoted on coins with mint mark A. Content of these relatively old German coins is aluminum bronze. Weight is 2.5 grams, diameter 18 millimeters. Overside highlights wheat ears drawing a pyramid with the date below and the mint mark at the top, while on the reverse we have face value in square with 4 oak leaves. This specimen is at fine condition with medium wear on high points of device elements, mainly on obverse, and numerous stocks of tarnish on many areas. On the reverse side, we also witness some strong rub on EU of lettering Deutschreich. Here also many contact marks including number of small nicks on the rims are evident. For this circulated 1924 5 pfennig, I paid nearly $2 at local coin shop, but they are relatively valuable at higher mint states. Proof variants are expensive as well. Now I'll show you the most valuable ones showcased at heritage auctions. Starting with this 1924 A Berlin Mint 5 pfennig, grade as proof 65 by PCGS. Both sides demonstrate almost perfect strike and very neat preservation level. No wear is seen on high points. Contact marks are limited to very small ticks here and there. Sold in 2010 for little more than $132. Here is another Berlin Mint 1924 5 pfennigs. These one bearing a mint error, to be exact a brocage on obverse side. An amber and steel blue toned brocage piece with a granular but attractive obverse, possessing a fully impressed design. Sold in 2018 for $168 at heritage auctions. For the last another error pfennig 1924 F 5 pfennig at circulated grade. F stands for Stuttgart Mint. Grade as XF45 by NGC. It features a large brocage on reverse. It ended up selling for $176 in 2014, also at heritage auctions. How is it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode highlighting the most recent valuable coin sales from auctions. For today I cherry-picked the several super valuable Lincoln cents from the key dates with errors, rare varieties, which were showcased at heritage auctions on August 23rd, 2022. Most they are at higher mint states and graded by numismatic grading organizations like PCGS and NGC. So before starting with the first lot, I would highly recommend you to subscribe to our channel for getting daily high-definition coin videos. This is 1909 S VDB cent, given designation of a cleaned with extremely fine details by NGC. VDB stands for initials of engraver Victor David Brenner. According to PCGS, the short period of time in which the VDB coins were produced in San Francisco led to the second desirable attribute of this coin, its low mintage. Only 484,000 cents were issued with the VDB initials, creating an instant scarcity. Its popularity has remained high ever since. So these circulated and cleaned penny with charming hazelnut caramel hues was sold for $990 on August 23rd at heritage auctions. Here comes 1922 Lincoln cent with no D and strong reverse. 1922 no D Lincoln cent is only circulation strike coin in the entire Lincoln cent series which lacks its intended mint mark. In 1922 the Denver Mint was the only mint which produced the cents for that year. Consequently, all 1922 cents should bear the D mint mark. However, since the Denver Mint was under extreme pressure to produce cents for that year, there was a lot of sloppiness in the production process. Today these coins are very rare even at circulated grades. Graded as very fine 35 by PCGS, this penny was sold for $1,200 in the same auction. Moving on to the 1914 S Lincoln cent, grade at mint stage 64 read by PCGS. 1914 mintage of all varieties is 9th lowest of all wheat cents, a difficult coin to find in nice condition. Notable are the semi-key and key varieties struck by branch mints. At higher grades these are extremely valuable. This particular coin displays light blemishes on obverse and trace of die fatigue on reverse. Strong softness is evident on upper part of O in the face value. Another distraction is a deep slanting gouge on N. Sold on August 23rd, 2022 for $1,980. This is 1915 S penny graded at mint stage 65 red and brown. Highly elusive Lincoln cent with CAC sticker on slab label. PCGS has certified only 37 examples so far at this grade. It was sold for $2,340 on August 23rd, 2022 at heritage auctions. Here is another 1909 VDB cent, this one at uncirculated condition, that's at mint stage 64. Eye appeal is not that charming to be honest, it displays several unpleasant blemishes on wheat reverse. Nevertheless, it made some lucky guy $2,160 on August 23rd, 2022 at heritage auctions. And for the last I would like to show you this 1928 Lincoln cent, grade at mint stage 67 read by PCGS. The 1928p Lincoln cent is very difficult to obtain at Midday 67 and command a significant premium. Auction record was set in 2019 at Heritage for MS68 Plus graded example, which ended up selling for $9,000. One grade lower, this penny with potent peach orange luster and incredible strike was sold for $1,020 on August 23rd at Heritage Auctions. Coins I'm showing now are circulated relatively lower grade 1973 Jefferson nickels from COİN's collection. Neither of them meet full steps criteria. In 1973, US Mint struck over 384 million examples of Jefferson nickels in Philadelphia. Therefore, 1973p nickel is fairly common, and without enough searching an example can be found in circulation. According to PCGS, examples grading above MS65 or higher usually originate from uncirculated rolls, mint sets, or bags. With a full step designation, it's also fairly easy to find, up to about MS65 full steps. In MS66 with full steps, it begins to be scarce. In MS67 full steps or higher, it's very scarce to rare, and very few examples exist. MS67 graded nickels can get you over $3,000 premium in auctions these days. Good to be back with yet another episode on super valuable Jefferson nickels. Today we will find out which 1973 nickels sell for a lot more than 5 cents. So as ever, hit subscribe and bell buttons below this video, and let's get rolling. Starting with this beautifully toned 1973 nickel at Midday 67 full steps. Deep blue, mauve, and gold iridescence highlights the immaculate surfaces of this superb gem. The strike is incredibly detailed, with the 5 full steps at the base of Jefferson Monticello. In 1966, the Mint added the initials FS at the lower obverse to denote the designer Felix Schlag. Coincidental with the full step designation, numismatists apply to well-struck examples of this type. It was sold for $1,527.50 in 2020 in a live webcast auction held by Legend Rare Coin Auctions. Denver variants, those with D mint mark, are also scarce at MS67 full steps grade. This splendid specimen ended up selling for $552 in 2021 at Heritage Auctions. The chair of our each episodes are mint errors. So let's look into 1973 D nickel struck 55% of center and chain struck. A chain struck occurs when 2 planches, 2 coins or a coin and a planchet lie right next to each other or abut one another within the striking chamber. During the strike, the 2 expanding discs make contact where the original separation was the narrowest. The edges then flow together to form a line of contact, whose length is variable. So this incredible error nickel was bargained for $1,020 in 2021 at Heritage Auctions. And here is 1973 as proof nickel struck on a Liberia 5 cents planchet. This Liberian copper nickel planchet is a little more than 15% underweight for the type. This did not prevent the present superb gem proof from receiving a bold strike and impressive contrast. An unusual but undeniably desirable wrong planchet proof error, which sold on January 7, 2011 for $1,207.50 at Heritage Auctions. Moving on to this 1973 5-cent Jefferson nickel, overstruck on a Lincoln cent. So-called double denomination error. Lincoln gazes north-northeast relative to Jefferson. From the cent strike, Liberty and Lincoln's left side outline remain. On the reverse, much of United from the cent strike is readable. Portions of Lincoln Memorial are apparent, rotated about 100 degrees counterclockwise relative to Monticello. The lower 2/3 of nickel date is present, sold in 2019 for $900. Good day, dear viewers and subscribers. Today I'm going to show you 2 1980 Roosevelt dimes from COİN's collection. One struck in Denver, other in Philadelphia. Starting with this 1980p 10 cent. As you see, it's at lower circulated condition bearing trace of mint error. It's very slightly off-center struck towards southeast, therefore we have high rim on the left side. As obviously seen, strike is poor, displaying some distortions on letterings, especially spreading of lower peripheral legends. But the main distraction is this gigantic nick at 8 o'clock. Behind the Roosevelt head, one navy blue spot catches the eyes. On the reverse side, we see strong die fatigue, strike is poor, lower bands of the torch completely flat. Upper parts of the I and M from face value are dissolving into fields. And this is 1980D Roosevelt dime at choice very fine condition. Regular strike 10 cent with sharply detailed peripheral letterings. This one displays nicely preserved surfaces for circulated coin. Focal areas of device is void of mentionable contact marks except this tiny bag mark. Reverse side displays clean surfaces as well. High points exhibit very small amount of wear, but on the torch we see clear evidence of die softness. US Mint struck over 735 million dimes in Philadelphia and nearly 720 million examples in Denver. Therefore, at circulated grades, they are in great abundance. They are very affordable to buy, up to MS67. Anything grading above Mint State 67 considered relatively rare and worth over $200. This is one of the most expensive 1980D regular struck dimes sold at auction so far. Grade at Mint State 67 with full bands or full torch. It was bargained for $177 in 2018 on eBay. Error dimes in that year are more expensive than regular strike dimes, to be honest. For instance, this is 1980p Roosevelt dime struck on defective copper core planchet. Grade at Mint State 62 but yet sold for $822.50 in 2016 at Heritage Auctions. How is it going, guys? Welcome back to COİN. Today I'm going to show you these beautiful coins I bought from local coin shop in Baku. For a whole grab I paid nearly $33. Among them you'll see old coins, modern coins, proof coins, brilliant uncirculated coins, and even one medieval coin struck during Shirvanshah dynasty in 16th century. So without further much ado, let's see what we have here. As you can see, mostly they are inside holders. Starting with this 2006 1 euro cent from Italy with Castle de Monter reverse. A splendid peach orange coin with random carbon explosions on both surfaces. Strike is sharp. Next comes is about uncirculated 2011 10 euro cent from Estonia. Relatively lower mintage coin. Only 30 million examples were struck for circulation in whole Eurozone area. As always, I tend to buy Elizabeth II coins from Commonwealth countries, especially the UK. This is 1967 red-brown 1 penny from United Kingdom. It displays strong traces of mint luster. It pretty looks like uncirculated coin to me, as I don't see any mentionable contact marks here. This is 2002 brilliant uncirculated 20 euro cent from Greek Euro mint set, almost like a new. Here is medieval Shirvanshah's coin I was talking about, with denomination of 1 tenge. Coin was struck during the reign of Shirvanshah dynasty, to be exact, the Halilullah II, Turkish, or for grammatic correctness, Turkic Muslim leader of the Shirvan state located in current Azerbaijani territory. Year of impression is 1532 and content of metals pure silver. Coin is at very good condition. Next coins we have inside bag are from Germany, 1951 Deutschmark. (1982) 1 Deutschmark. (1992) 1 Deutschmark. This has some olive green patina under the right paw of eagle. (1955) Deutschmark. This one has very peculiar gauging, some of them crisscrossing on device elements. I'm not sure whether these are traces of some mint error. Also, it shows massive nick on southwestern rim. In 1989, J50 pfennig was very charming of verse design. Coin is at about uncirculated condition. This is relatively old German coin, 1924, 5 Rentenpfennig, struck in Berlin. Aluminium bronze coin with mintage of less than 40 million for Berlin mint. At mint stage 65, these coins are worth at least $22. Unfortunately, I bought only 2 US coins this time. Both of them circulated, Lincoln cents. First one, 1994 D. Other 1989 D. These Denver struck pennies are at extremely fine condition. Next bags, Euro coins from mint sets. (2002) 20 euro cent from Portugal. Strike and preservation is perfect. Coin should be at mint stage 65 or 66. Moving on to this 2001 Netherlands bimetallic 1 euro coin, featuring a little bit abstract portrait of Queen Beatrix. It has very cool contrast between inner and outer circle. And this 2002 50 euro cent from Austrian mint set. And for the last, the cherry of the pie, Australian Elizabeth II proof coin from 1984. It comes encapsulated and provided with this informative label. It says 1984 $1 proof. First year of issue. Here they explain what's depicted on obverse and reverse, and on the back main features of the coin. Content of alloy, weight, diameter, and method of edge milling. Outstanding coin with incredible mirror-like fields that contrast with golden-like device elements and letterings. By the way, if you read from the list, metal composition is aluminum bronze, so no silver or gold here. It features cameo reflectivity on both sides, just splendid. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me remind you once again, for all these coins I paid nearly $33. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit thumbs up below to help us promote our videos. See you in the next episode.